will be in good shape. That's pleasure. How much you going to be needing? This is 224. We'll take it all night long if you can give it. How much can you give on? That's pleasure.
Here's Limo.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to TOC Talk, episode 4. We got a great show for you tonight. We'll be talking about rucksacks. We'll be talking about fit, and what else we have on the agenda here? The importance of registering early. But first, let me introduce you guys to our two guests. Coming out first is Robert Wykander. All right. And then, last but not least, Mr. Strassy Wassy, Mark Strasburger. All right. Oh, thank you.
Heard you ordered some of these. Well, thank you.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
All right, guys, so welcome to the show. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty here and talk about the importance of registering early for all of these events. And that goes from everything from Steel Cog to the big Vietnam event. Now, I would say for the most part, people are registering on time, or if not early, because they've gotten the message for the Vietnam events. But our other events like Snake Beater and that kind of stuff really got to register early. So what do you guys have to say about it?
Well, if you register early, it makes it easier for the planning group to know, one, how many objectives do we need to make sure we have going on. If there's like 100 plus people on a side, you need a lot of objectives because you'll start clearing them pretty quick. And also to know, especially for Snake Beater, how many hot dogs you're going to bring because they will be sold on site in the middle of the firefight.
That's the most important part, really. But.
That is.
Yeah, I mean, but no, it's like hot dogs to me is still a logistic that we have to provide. So you guys need
whether it's St. Peter, whether it's the big events.
And let's not even beat around the bush here. All of these things cost money.
Yeah.
They cost money to buy, like props and glizzies and whatever else. It costs money that we need to build up to run these events. Now, we all run this stuff to be cost effective for us, where we're not paying out of pocket. Like we're not getting paid to do any of this stuff, but at the same time, we're doing these events to benefit us in the fact that we don't have to pay out of pocket to run these events. And I know other producers are like always complaining like, "Hey man, this event cost me $500 to run." I'm like, why? Like, it shouldn't have to. It shouldn't have to. And that's the one thing, like, anybody who knows me who's been going to my events for a while, I try to do the pricing or create the pricing, what's the word?
Scale?
I guess the scale, the range, as low as possible for us to be able to run the event at a profit. Like, low cost as possible, but still make a profit where we can buy what we want or improve on the events, because all the money goes back. Like, you buy something from the website, it's all going right back. Like we had a rush of people buying T-shirts a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It just went to helping fund us moving the brand new truck that we got.
Yeah. Other things like that will then go to supplying the fuel for the trucks to get to the big Vietnam event.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. No, it's important. It's important, especially like Snake Beater right now. That's the event that we really need guys to register.
Early.
Like, get in. Like, we're 2 months away.
And it's so important to register early. You get the price cut.
You get the price cut. Yes. Yeah.
It's cheaper to sign up earlier for most of these events because it's more important that you sign up and we know whether or not you're coming.
Yeah. Like, and look at Junction City. Junction City at the beginning of June is going up to $150. Right now it's $100. That's our biggest jump we've ever done for an event. Mm-hmm. And I look, when I crunch the numbers at the beginning of every year, and even at the end of the year when I'm like, all right, let's see how we did with events. The funds, like, we can how do I word this? We can survive if everyone's signed up for $100.
Yeah.
But when it gets closer, it's going to cost us more money to do last minute things, and now we're not waiting for the deal. Like the deals that we had available to us are not there. So yes, that's why the prices go up a lot of times. So do us a favor. We'd rather you sign up as early as possible than to get $50 more out of you for like Junction City, let's say.
Especially if you know you're going to the event too. It's like, oh, I already know I'm going. I just haven't gotten my ticket yet. Why would you wait when you know the price is going to increase?
Yeah, it's weird to me. People wait all the time at the last minute, or like, I was told like one guy was saying, "Oh, I'm saving my money until the week of." It's like, why? Why?
It's going to cost more.
Yeah. I don't know. I always looked at it as like if I was going to something, I try to do it as early as possible. Not even just to save money, just like I know
Just
what
get
it's
your
like.
slot.
Yeah, but I know what it's like to run events where like it sucks when it's the week of, and then all of a sudden 20 more people on one side, on one faction sign up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm afraid is going to happen at Snake Beater, which you just kind of say like, yeah, we got to kind of balance the game out. That gets fucked at all this.
Yeah, it's like a whole group of tan. Say it's 30v30, green versus tan or whatever, and then just last minute 20 tan sign up. It's like, oh, now it's 30 versus 50. That's not looking too good for green.
And that's happened at Snake Beaters. We've had like equal the entire time. Then all of a sudden like 30 dudes sign up last like 2 days, and it's like now it's a 60 on 30 game or 60 on 40.
Yeah,
it messes things up.
Unbalanced as all hell.
Yeah. So this is probably like an ongoing theme that we say all the time. It's like sign up as soon as you know you're going, or as soon as you know you can go, because it just helps us plan everything better. And anybody who's seen the events that we run for Vietnam, I mean, even Snake Beater, you know what goes behind them. Like you can tell there's been an effort behind every event we do. Even the Steel Cog, there's still an effort behind it. It's not just like show up and play and we're going to take our $45 and laugh it to the bank, because hey, we're not even laughing it to the bank, but like there's an effort. We want people to feel the value that we give and we're what we're charging for.
Mm-hmm. You get your money's worth, if not a little bit more, especially with all the effort that is put into the games. And yeah, they might seem silly and goofy, but there's a whole thing behind it to make them that fun, silly, and goofy for like the Snake Beater and the Steel Cog. And then there's the extremely serious end of it that goes into all the Vietnam games.
Yep. So, if anybody listening and watching, that like he's a fucking...
I know.
Yeah, I've been seeing that.
If anybody watching this gets anything out of this, it's register as soon as you can. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, the other stuff's great if you listen to that too, but register. Sign up.
Yes. All right, Wiki, right next to you, there's the mail call. Let's do mail call. Yep, a large bag. Lift it up. So, we've got the mail call here.
Mail here.
All right, what do you got? Oh,
Specialty.
an egg for Easter.
All I can offer in this trying time.
Let's see what we got. All right. This is from Stephen K. He's asking, do I have to bring a tent? And I'm assuming that's to Junction City or any of the Vietnam events. Now, this is a very complex question to a very complex answer. The basic answer, though, is no, you don't have to bring a tent. Now, does he need to bring a modern tent? Does he have to bring a Vietnam era tent? The answer is no modern tents at all. And obviously you can bring a Vietnam era tent that's a GP medium. You can bring your pup tent as well, your two shelter halves, and that'll work out too. But we have enough space for everybody that's attending our events, whether you're Pavin or GI, to have some kind of shelter. So, like Pavin's a little different. They'll have hammocks, but we're gonna make like hooches to store their gear in the hooch to protect those from the elements, and then like you'll sleep in your hammock and cover that. But the GIs on the GI base will be giving accommodations based on their unit. So right now, every squad has an assigned GP medium. That's like designed to fit like what
You can
15 guys.
You can comfortably fit a trooper with his cot and footlocker. You could fit 12 in there.
12 in there. And
Yeah.
so every
And
squad,
that's, like,
yeah.
Wonderful. Like you have enough space for yourself and gear.
Right, and every squad has, I think, between 7 to 10 guys. So you'll have space. You'll have plenty of space. Now, what I recommend if you really want to bring a pup tent, put it outside the medium you're assigned to. If there's room, well, you'll be directed where to put it. But you can put like all your Farby stuff, like if you bring a cooler or something like that, you can put that in the pup tent and hide all the stuff that we don't want to see.
That's actually, if you have them, bring it, because like if you have your pup tents, bring them. Because that is something that, like, I noticed I really could have used last year. I have a pup tent. I didn't bring it. And it could have covered some of the extra Farby stuff, like my water jugs. And I had another, like, footlocker style case, but it's too new. And I needed to use one of my ponchos for that. But
even like, using the poncho, like, you can use it literally as just a cover, not even set the tent up. You just cover the tarp.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Just as something to cover.
You can use one half of it as ground cover for the ground in your hooch, so you don't have to step on dirt if you're barefoot. You can put a few guys can put them together and make a You can put make a little shelter, like just make a little canopy outside of the little patio. So bring that. Do you have to bring it? No, like you're going to be given accommodations that you don't need a tent. That question gets asked a lot. I noticed.
Now that
even as bring a tent,
as like a little extra awning off your tent.
I like
that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, a lot of guys ask that. So that's one half of the question. Now, if guys have asked this question on patrols, I don't know if Steven is, but you don't need to bring a full pup tent on patrols. At most, I would bring maybe a half a shelter. But if you
could do that, if
you're smart, you should bring 2 ponchos, and you'll have enough cover for yourself if it rains. I honestly don't even make a shelter. If it's raining, I just put my poncho on and kind of just lean up against something, and I fall asleep like that. So I'm just not sleeping with my head in the mud, but
sleep back to back,
or belly to belly, and you're no. Belly to belly. That's like that.
You should have heard him. He was like,
he's like half joking.
Yeah, no, he was
mostly serious.
There was a little bit of serious in there.
Yeah. But no. I mean, even back to that'll be a whole nother. That could be a whole nother talk about bringing 2 ponchos.
Yeah.
But
bring 2 ponchos.
Yeah. But if you episode done. But no, if you bring I would bring a shelter half and maybe like share it with a buddy to like make a cover.
I mean, that's what my buddy John and I did at Comduck. We made a little shelter half, just laying over top of our little dug hole with a couple sandbags.
Yes, I mean, but the thing that's extra weight. Like a shelter half is, it's not too
canvas.
It's not it's not incredibly heavy, but it's one of those things that starts to add up.
Yeah.
So
it's about the same as a poncho. So
yeah.
If you're going to use, you can use a poncho or a shelter half. Like either or.
Yeah.
Either or is fine.
Yeah, if you have one, if you if you had one poncho, maybe bringing the shelter half would be the other thing to use.
I like that.
But at the end of the day, you don't need to bring one. If you plan on bringing a full shelter half out on patrol, your squad leaders are probably going to make you dump it. If you cite this video and be like, no, like 3 guys on TOC Talk said I could bring 1 shelter half, you'd probably be all right. Strassy's one of the squad leaders, and Wiki has some kind of say. He's the platoon RTO, so he's been there, he's done it. They'll help you out too. But personally, I bring 2 ponchos out on patrol, and that's enough for me. I don't need a shelter. 1 year, John Van Ness did make me a shelter, so
you're not really lucky.
I didn't sleep in it. But Because I thought, I was like, dude, this thing's like a death trap. Someone.
Oh, isn't that where all the grenades rolled in for that one?
Yeah, and I jumped out of it. Like I was sleeping in halfway, and I had a poncho on me, and that's all I slept with. And I heard the hiss of the grenade and rolled down into the pit, and I jumped out of that. And like they must have like known where it was, like zeroed it in. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna sleep in here. So yeah. But yeah, like so, Steven or anybody else that's asking, you don't need to bring a tent. We have you covered. Boom, baby. Yeah.
Your dad puns.
All right, so let's get on to the next segment of this episode, and it's called Get Rucked.
Alrighty.
Alright, welcome to Get Rucked.
This is where we get you rucked up. So we're going to start off with our... Thank you.
You're welcome. Good job.
So we're going to start off with the most preferred rucks that we use for our events, which is the lightweight rucksacks. So here, you can see we have two examples. Here's an empty lightweight rucksack, and here's a full one with plenty of extra crap on it. You can see it's a smaller bag than some other backpacks. It's on this frame. It usually sits on the lower section or the upper section. You can see the frame is a rectangular shape. You have these simple shoulder straps, 3 pockets with openings behind the 2 side pockets for an e-tool or machete.
You could probably also get your bayonet in there as well.
Yeah, but you want that on your belt anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
They usually have cargo straps up top, so you can hang all this extra stuff on there. Canteens to the side, spots for other pouches and all that.
One large pocket in the main compartment.
Yep, one large drawstring
and then
clasp pocket.
A small compartment on top of the bag as well.
Which also has the instructions. Are they in that one?
Yep.
And that's, so between being a smaller bag, the small pockets that usually aren't able to open, and you also have this big instruction sheet. That's how you can tell the bag. And then, of course, the frame is a lot different from some other bags out there, being rectangular and...
Yeah, and straight back where this has a slight curvature to it.
Yep, both ways, laterally and longitudinally.
Vertical and horizontal.
Yeah, yeah. Simpler, sorry.
Yeah, simple, stupid, makes the world go round.
But yeah, you can hang a bunch of stuff on here. You can survive out of these things for days.
Which guys would have to do, if not weeks.
Yeah.
So
I think that's it on the lightweights, right?
I would say so.
Alrighty. Next up.
Alright. Backpack and the mountain ruck.
So these are the next most preferred items. Butt pack. It's a lot smaller than a lightweight ruck, as you can see. But you can make do. You can hang items underneath or strap them on top underneath the flap. There's hanger positions for canteens or other pouches. And a waterproof neck or throat. Throat, they're called, right? A liner.
Yeah.
For the top. And then here you can see the mountain rucksack, which was used through World War II up into Vietnam. You can actually see a decent amount of photos with troops using these. It's an all canvas bag. This is canvas as well, whereas before we didn't mention the lightweights are nylon. Also held closed with a drawstring. There's a couple different types. They usually have some small pockets on the outside. They can be either leather or canvas.
Yeah.
And sometimes they also have zipper pockets, I believe. If it's zipper here or if
it's a zipper in the main
That's
bag
right.
compartment in the top, like the lightweight has, where you can store some smaller items as well, and it'll keep in there without falling out.
Yep.
Whereas the lightweight, it had just an open end. Things will still stay secure, but if you want it to stay in there, put it in one of the other pockets that actually has a drawstring on it.
Let's show the frame.
Yep.
So you can see it's kind of like a 3-point or a triangular frame. And the butt pack goes right onto your web belt with these slide keepers.
Now, just like the lightweight, it is horizontally and vertically rolled, so to go around the hips and to go up the back for a little bit of ease in wearing it.
Yep.
So they are second best choice if you're going to come to the event. We're doing this one for 1967, so the tropicals weren't really even in testing at the moment. That's why the mountain ruck is preferred over that.
Yep. If you see one cheap, doesn't hurt to grab it.
Usually you can find them for cheap on eBay.
I got mine for $5.
That is dirt cheap. I saw some for $30.
And that's still really good.
Yeah. I think I paid $40 for mine, $50 maybe.
That's still pretty good.
I've
seen them up into like $200.
So yes, if you don't want to pay the premium that lightweights are going for on eBay right now, unless you can find one for cheaper, or go through Saigon Logistics for a reproduction, a mountain is one of your next best options.
Yep.
All right.
This would be definitely second best. So up next, we're going to go over some specialist equipment. No, this one.
Specialist equipment. Yep. Your medic bag, and I'll take the heavy thing.
So here we have a radio setup with 2 butt packs. You barely see the radio.
Yes. Well, you kind of want to keep the radio hidden to begin with.
Exactly.
It made a giant target on your back to actually get shot. Usually the radio was one of the first people to die in the ambush. So, with the radio, you do not have that much space to store things. So, to make it easier, you can put 2 butt packs on here. There's the cross strap to hold the radio on, which you can attach a butt pack, just so not all of the weight is on it. So you're going to want to also put lighter things in here, like spare socks. These would be if you're drying your socks, possibly any little bits of sleeping gear, lighter things that are also easy to remove. On the lower end of the butt pack, what I have set up in here are the 2 extra canteens, and the ponchos, along with whatever sleeping gear I would need, and some food. They are removable, so if we are dropping ruck, you don't have to carry it all on you in one shot. You can remove the butt packs and just go with the radio on the pack board, which will be just fine.
Show the straps back here.
So these are all canvas straps as well for the radios. Luckily, this one actually has some cushion in it, but canvas straps pull tight to keep to your back. These can be attached to the web gear, but I would suggest against it. Highly.
Don't do it.
It's rather heavy, so you don't want to keep that weight attached to you all the time. You want to be able to remove it, even if we're just taking like a 5-minute breather on patrol.
And then here we have an M5 medic bag. This is a large medic bag used throughout the war, up into the 90s, I believe. It's all canvas, just like this pack board is, except for the metal parts on it, the shelf and everything. But one main bag compartment here. You have several different straps, so you can either sling it across your chest, throw it on your back is just this bag, or you can also attach it to a lightweight ruck, which I would suggest sitting above the main bag. And it's also comes off pretty easily with the clips and everything. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah,
just
for the medics,
big canvas bag with a big zipper around the sides.
And again, these are specialty items used by the radio operators and the medics.
Yep.
So not every trooper is going to have this on them. You're only going to have like 3 to 5 radio operators and
2 or 3 medics.
Yeah, at our events.
Yeah.
So unless you're a medic, you shouldn't really be having this along with the pack board unless you're a radio operator.
Yep.
Now, if you're coming as a radio operator, some of the pack boards are provided. If you want to bring your own radio, you're more than willing to, as long as it works with it. But we do have radios for those coming as RTOs as well.
Yep.
So,
on to the next.
On to the next. Enjoy.
Oh, that's not that bad.
It's still bad enough.
And last but not least, these are last 2 that are really accepted for the event. That thing's so tiny.
Yeah, it is.
So here is an Arvin rucksack, and here is a tropical rucksack. They're both somewhat similar in design, kind of like the lightweight, but they have their own frame. Their own frame here, and meant to be worn as a standalone backpack rather than putting stuff on the outside or attaching to a frame.
There seems to be a lot more support on the tropical than there does.
It's this extra strap here.
Yeah,
and it's the tropicals were made later.
Yeah.
So this is mostly canvas with some nylon. Any nylon? I think it's all canvas.
I think it is all canvas
and cotton.
Yeah.
But the main difference here, besides the canvas and
canvas
canvas
and cotton
and,
construction
and
the
nylon, is also the 3 pockets up front on here and the 2 here. There's also hangers down the sides for canteens and
or
such.
e-tools.
Yeah, but these are less preferred. This the tropical rucks weren't even made yet as of Junction City. They started testing them in '68, but if you already have one, there's no point in going to get a whole new ruck unless you want to, which we would like to see, but it's not needed. And Arvins were also really small, and they weren't issued to U.S. troops really. They were
primarily just used by the Arvin.
Yeah, they were for the Arvin, and they're tiny. You can't really. It's the size of a butt pack.
It's a little bit bigger than a butt pack. You can maybe fit
It's a butt pack with
2 things of sea
pockets on the
rats
outside.
instead of 1 thing of sea rats.
Exactly. Not that much bigger.
No.
But anyway, I think that's it, right?
I do believe that is it. Oh, one final thing. No LC1 or Alice packs at all. They are very different. They are very late war into 80s.
The bag construction is very similar to the tropical,
Yes.
but it's the frame that's completely different. This frame is a small and encompassed basically within this bag, whereas the Alice and the LC1 frames are these big frames that stick out and keep the bag separate from you.
Yeah, it's
So
pretty much a
another
large
thing-
square version of the lightweight frame, but purely rectangular.
Yeah.
Not any rolls on it or anything like that.
Another thing to point out that's separate from that is that these straps are completely attached to this bag, to the tropical, whereas the Alice straps are removable.
Ah, okay.
So that's another thing to look for if you do happen to run across one of these.
Well, I do believe that is it.
Sounds like we all got rucked.
Thanks for covering those rucksacks, fellas. That was this episode of TOC Talk, episode 4. I am Liam, aka Big Bay, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, man.